the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. History will tell you that I am a monster, an assassin, a would-be murderer of kings. These are lies. And yet you look at me with such fear and apprehension. But you dear people, who've spent your lives in a land where freedom of conscience is taken for granted, can never know what it was like to be a Catholic man in 17th century England. A person could have themselves pilloried, branded, have their tongues cut out, simply for the crime of worshipping God in their own fashion. This would not stand. In 1603, James came down from his Scottish mountains and assumed the throne of England. This Scotsman promised us toleration, but not after a year following his coronation did he take our rights from us. We were hunted like dogs, driven to the dark corners of our kingdoms and our towns. We had to take action. A great band of patriots, led by Lord Catesby and many other prominent Catholics, did assemble, and we devised a plot to return England to the one true faith and rid ourselves of this false king. We devised a plot to fill the cellars below the Houses of Parliament full of gunpowder, and in one bold stroke we would wipe James, his lords and his commons off the face of the earth and establish a true and proper government. We were nearly successful at that. In the summer of 1605, all our plans were in readiness. The cellars were packed full of good black powder, and the Parliament was but days away from assembling. Alas, my dear friends, the powder went wet. And you know what black powder is good for when wet? Nothing! Not a bloody thing. So we had to wait 3 long months before James and his Parliament returned. The night of November the 5th, I was but 5 minutes away from lighting the fuse. The match was in my hand. I had only to kneel forward and ignite it. But moments before I did, the door broke in and the king's men did apprehend me. I was taken to the tower, and there I was subjected to every horrible form of torture known to man. I did not lose my faith. You can break a man's body, torment his mind, but faith, the ember that burns inside the heart of every true Catholic man, cannot be extinguished by the tools and instruments of mere mortals. I did not betray God, but I did betray my fellows. To my undying shame, I revealed the name of my co-conspirators. We were sentenced to be drawn and quartered. I will not describe that form of execution in any great detail, but it does involve being strangled, not until death, and then torn to pieces. I stood upon the pillory. The rope was placed around my neck, and I jumped. And God, in His mercy, allowed my neck to break and spared me the horrors of the rack. But I stand here before you unashamed, as a patriot who tried to restore the great universal Christian Church of Europe. I failed in my efforts, but they were not wrong, and I am willing to